For today, we're flying from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel where I like to experience everything that life has to offer. For today, we're flying from Los Angeles in California to Hartford, Connecticut. Haven't done this flight in a long time. I grew up in Massachusetts, so I do this flight a lot, but I realized I haven't done this flight in a year. So we're flying coast to coast with a layover in Washington. Just checked the bag, heading to DCA pre-check right now. Gotta say, it's funny, when I first started traveling, I hated checking a bag. I'm like, no, like, never. But for some reason, the more I started traveling, like, actually, sometimes it is a bit more convenient to just drop it off, pick it up at the end. Yeah, it might take a little more time, but at least I have, like, my hands free. So one of my favorite airport hacks or flying hacks, kind of a small one, but it's great, is when it comes to getting coffee, most coffee shops here have a crazy long line. It takes like 10 or 15 minutes. Huge pro tip, go to like a random restaurant. So I'm at this one right now. And come here, ask for coffee. I just went right to the front of the line because I'm not like ordering anything. Got a coffee for like $4 or $5. The only unfortunate thing is they don't have iced coffee, so I got coffee and then like a side of ice. So especially if you want to get like your coffee fix at the airport, is way cheaper typically and faster. Just to go to like a random restaurant, like one of these grab and go type places, grab a coffee, and you're all set. About to board in a few minutes, got all my stuff ready to go because we're flying from Los Angeles to Washington. And then we have like an hour layover, and then from Washington to Hartford, and it's only like an hour flight once we get to Washington. This flight I think is about like 5-ish hours, so it's not too bad. Got my stuff loaded up. I got Ableton, of course, my main DAW for making electronic music and music in general. Got my headphones. I also got, where is it? My video game controller from Amazon. Not too bad. I think it's called the Luna controller. I think is the name of it. It's like a Bluetooth controller. And I have like PlayStation 2 games, Nintendo 64 games, Game Boy games, all the classics. A bunch of it like more retro games, music, and I also might be filming on the plane too. Sometimes what I do when I'm flying is I use OBS, which is kind of like a screen recording or screen capturing program on my computer. And I'll screen record myself doing work on the computer while recording me doing it. So it's kind of like a funny way to get a video for one of my other YouTube channels while flying at the same time, kind of killing two birds with one stone. Just arrived in Washington. We're at gate D right now. We have to go to gate C, and I checked on the American Airlines app in terms of upgrades, and it says right now I should be getting upgraded to first class on the next flight, which would be awesome. They haven't confirmed it yet, so we're gonna have to see what happens. But either way, super smooth flight, like pretty solid traveling day already. Don't want to jinx it, but pretty easy traveling day so far. Hopefully it gets better. So this buffalo chicken sandwich was $15. And it's pretty mid, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, airport food, what are you gonna do? So the buffalo chicken wrap, not so good. But you know what is good? Just got upgraded to first class. Let's go. What a great way to finish off this day, because it's already been a very smooth, very easy traveling day. Then to get upgraded to first class and go all the way back to Hartford in style. First one to board the plane, pretty dope. So gonna be a full-on empty plane when we get there, and then yeah, heading to Hartford. Here's up.
Hi.
How are ya?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. What about you? Go. So 2C right here, right in the aisle, and I do prefer aisle over window, so this is perfect. Landed in the Hartford airport. Gotta say, I haven't been here in a year. Like I said in the beginning of this video, there's a few new establishments down there that we'll have to check out when flying back to LA, because sometimes the airport looks the exact same, but this time looks a bit different with one huge change up here. So this is kind of disappointing. So I feel like for the past forever years, every single time you come here, where I just showed you, there's always like this Lego build of like a huge house and everything. It's this huge Lego installation. This is the first time I've not seen it. I think maybe ever, especially during like the Christmas, Thanksgiving, holiday times. I don't think I've ever seen just nothing here except this post. Kind of weird, because I'm used to walking in here, seeing this huge like red house build and everything. I don't know what happened, if it got like taken down, or maybe they were like, hey, it's been up here for a million years, let's change it, but dang, end of an era. Officially back home in Massachusetts. Gotta say, that was probably one of the easiest traveling days I've had in a long time. Like, super seamless, super easy. You know, got to the airport this morning, of course, got on the plane, kind of hung out in the airport for a little bit, flew into Washington, had a quick layover for an hour, although I will say that buffalo chicken sandwich wasn't exactly it, but hey, you know, airport food is airport food. Then got bumped up and upgraded to first class, rode first class back here from Washington to Hartford, had some gin and tonics on the plane because I figured, why not, right? I'm in first class. And then lastly, of course, arrived home. Awesome day. The ironic thing, though, which is so interesting, is I feel like leaving LA, the Los Angeles airport can be a nightmare sometimes. It was actually probably the most quiet I've ever seen it, to be honest, this morning. But then, arriving at the Hartford airport, or Bradley, it was probably the craziest I've ever seen it, which is ironic. Usually the Bradley airport is a couple cars maximum. That's it when it comes to getting picked up there. Not the case. Not the case at all. It was way crazier flying in than I expected. Like, if anything, the Bradley airport was way crazier than normal, and the LA airport was way less crazy than normal. You know what, though? That's part of traveling, part of flying. What a great day overall. Now, one last thing I gotta say is Black Friday is coming up this week. And as most of you know, Do Not Age is a massive sponsor of this channel. I'm a huge fan of their supplements. I reached out to them to want to work with them because of how high quality their supplements are. And in the description below, I have a link to their Black Friday deals, as they're having a bunch of huge deals and discounts on all of their supplements when it comes to longevity, health, fitness, and more.